What's up everyone, Don here and welcome back to GTA 3. In today's episode, I'm going to do Kenji's missions. He's the boss of the Yakuza, so Claude has to be on his best behavior around him. The first task is Kambu Bust Out.
My sister speaks highly of you, though I'm yet to be convinced that a gaijin can offer anything but disappointment. Perhaps you could help deal with a situation that has me at a disadvantage. Of course, failure has its own disgrace. A Yakuza Kambu is in custody awaiting transfer for trial. He is a valued member of the family. Break him out of custody and get him to the dojo at Bedford Point.
Steal a cop car. The goal of this mission is to break one of Kenji's associates out of prison. You'll need to grab a cop car and take it to 8 Ball Shop on Staten Island. You'll usually find a patrol car somewhere driving around, but if you can't find one, then just create a ruckus and draw the cops towards you. Police cars are one of the best vehicles in the game because of their high speed and good handling. You can also get weapons and body armor from the vehicle depending on which police vehicle you hop into. And let's not forget the vigilante missions you can participate in by pressing the right stick. It's a nifty mini game where you take on waves of criminals around the city. Each PS2 game awards you 50% extra body armor when you reach round 15. Or was it round 12? No, it was round 12, not round 15, I'm sorry. I don't get the extra body armor in this game, but in Vice City and San Andreas, when I do get to those two eventually, I will be sure to do the vigilante missions just so I could get that extra buffer. Part 2, getting the car into the police station. It's not breaking in that's the hard part, it's busting out. You gotta be careful on this bridge in order to not go into the river below. The other drivers tend to switch lanes like they're drunk, they don't even use their blinkers. Turning on the sirens will cause the other drivers to slow down though, so use that to your advantage. The weird thing about 8 Ball Shop on this island is it's right next door to the paint spray. So you could get your car sprayed and then go into the bomb shop and set up a bomb. I don't know why they have it conveniently next to each other, but oh well. I like how aggressive the wording of the tutorial on the top left is. Park it, prime it by pressing the circle button, and leg it. Okay, I'll take your word for it, man. I don't want to get blown up. It's kind of like the sassy green question marks from Spider-Man 2, the game. Except there's no Bruce Campbell here. So, points off of this. You don't have to worry about the car bomb exploding in your lap if you just so happen to tap the side of another car. You can drive as crazy as you want, as long as you don't actually damage the car too much. And definitely don't flip the car over too. I don't know if that's an automatic mission fail or if it just tells you to get another police car and rig that one up too. There's a police bribe in this tunnel just in case the cops are onto you. It's a very out of the way place to pick it up. I don't know if it's a dick move on Rockstar's part or a next level chess move to put that star there just because you're running away from the cops and you need to get to cover or something. I'm an undercover cop, don't mind me. They just let any old Joe with a cop car in. Damn fools. Anyway, place the cop car next to this wall and run like a bitch. And there's a hidden package here that's only accessible with a cop car. 7 out of 100. If I were looking for all 100 packages, I would say I have my work cut out. But I'm not, so I don't really care. That bullet was there before I activated the car bomb. Okay, part 3 of this mission, the escape. You need to go to the pay and spray before you can do anything else, but you can't take police vehicles. However, there should be a regular car in the parking lot. And the good thing about the Enforcer, the SWAT vehicle of this game, is you get extra body armor and extra ammo for your submachine gun. But I'm not going to use the Enforcer since I can't take it to the pay and spray. I'm just going to use the Sentinel, which it's a decent car, but it's not super fast like the supercars or nowhere near as durable as say the Mafia Sentinel. It's just an average vehicle. At least it won't actually flip over easily. I was expecting way more cops to stop me, but no, there's no cops out. There's just the one. I'm not complaining about that, but wow. Now, get him to the Yakuza dojo. I'm still stuck on how there's just one cop after me. That was really weird. Alright, the mission pretty much completes itself after you go to the paint spray. The final destination is in Bedford Height, a few blocks from Kenji's. Now, this mission is not bad, but it really was supposed to be harder after the escape because there's usually a blockade where the paint spray is, but not during this playthrough. I don't know why. Sometimes that happens, sometimes it doesn't. This game is really random. $3,000. Not bad, not bad. The next Kenji mission is a bit of a collectathon, and honestly, I like it. You're stealing a bunch of high-end luxury cars. And just in case you forgot what the game is called, this is Grand Theft Auto. They said it, that's the name of the game, Grand Theft Auto.
It is impossible to overestimate the importance of etiquette in this line of work. To my eternal shame, a man once did me a favor, and I've never had the opportunity to repay his kindness. The man's weakness is motor cars, and he has requested that we acquire him certain models for his collection. Needless to say, we must give him the cars as a gift to repay the debt that I owe him. You must obtain the cars on this list and deliver them to a garage behind the car park in Newport. My honor demands it.
Remember, the car have to be in mint condition to be accepted by the garage. You have to pick up 3 cars around the city in under 6 minutes without damaging them. That's plenty of time. Your main worry is the traffic, or lack thereof, as sometimes the game will not even really spawn in too many cars to get in your way. I'm going for the car that is closest to me. It's a Stinger, I think. Yep, it's a Stinger. It's such a cool car, but this variant is extremely rare. You're going to find the red and white one more often than you will the regular one. But honestly, the red and white Stinger, the Yakuza variant, is just better in every way. Once you pick up a sports car, just drive it to the bright pink spot on the minimap. The darker pink spots on the minimap are going to be your other cars, so don't mistake those for the garage. Oh, okay, you just switch lanes whenever the fuck you want without blinkers? Okay, asshole, we just do that now. And also, why would you pull up behind someone like that? It's called tailgating, you can't do that! Anyway, the other drivers are dumb, so be careful. If you crash, you just have to waste time getting it to the paint spray, which is conveniently right next to the garage, but it still wastes time. One down, 2 to go. This minivan will always spawn in this garage, so you don't have to worry about wasting your time going out to the street and getting your car via GTA. The next car I'm going for is going to be at the campus, more specifically at the Liberty City Cox Arena. And yes, the name of the football team is the Liberty Cox. I'm not even sure if Rockstar can get away with blue humor like that nowadays. Or if it does, and probably will for GTA 6, a lot of people will be offended. I say keep the humor the same as it was before because it's funny. Oh, maybe I go for the car at the stadium last. Oops. This car is going to be at the hospital parking lot in Rockford. It's a cheetah. It's the slowest sports car, but it's still very reliable on turning and drifting. And fun fact, the Cheetah is my second favorite Wildcat, next to Lions, but you don't see Lions as a vehicle in this game. As you can see, I'm closing in on 3 minutes, and I already got my grungy hands on 2 cars. This mission is pretty easy. No enemies to deal with, no explosives to mess around with, just you and a timer. Now if this game gave you 3 minutes instead of 6, then that would have been challenging. A great example would be Zero's missions from San Andreas. Those were fun! Now I'm going for the last car at the stadium, which I think is an Infernus, which is the fastest sports car in the game. Sorry lady, sidewalks aren't exactly useful for around here. Or maybe I'm just a bad driver. Here's the next car, and with 2 minutes to spare. 2 minutes to midnight. I love that song. Oh wait, it actually really is almost 2 minutes to midnight, according by the in-game time. Traffic in this game is light, which is really bizarre because this is supposed to be based off Manhattan, New York, and rush hour is every hour in New York, if you've ever been there. I'm serious. But I'm not complaining because traffic in general just sucks. You know, some people may dislike this mission because of the time limit, even though it's not really that strict, but I like it because it's a break from all the action. Anyway, the next mission is called Deal Steal.
When trouble looms, the fool turns his back, while the wise man faces it down. The Colombian cartel have ignored repeated requests to leave our interests in liberty well alone. Now they are negotiating terms with the Jamaicans in order to humiliate us further. They are finalizing a deal across town. Take one of my men, steal a Yardie car, and go pay your respects to the Colombians. Our honor demands that you leave no one alive!
The cartel are expecting a Yardie posse. Go steal a Yardie car. Head north, you'll find one in Newport. Okay, so the Yardie Lobo is a muscle car that the Jamaican gangsters drive around in. They have hydraulics that bounce the car around by moving the right stick. And it's dangerous on turn, so don't activate it while turning. A Lobo should appear somewhere around this area. Ooh, good old Lobo. Give me the car. Oh, his brother is out to get me. Holy shit. I got huge amounts of murder to commit. Next up, pick up the contact. He's gonna be in Fort Staunton, and I can't believe I'm driving across this annoying ass bridge again. Okay, I'm off the bridge, good. I just hate that bridge because the drivers just switch lanes without any warning and they could crash into you and send you flying off the bridge and into the water. In which you know, the water is too toxic for Claude to swim. Wow, this guy's taking his time. It's not like we're going to shoot shit up. There we go. Alright, you good? Let's go. Let's hit it. Here's where the fun begins. Claude and partner is about to bust up a drug deal at the hospital. One of the worst locations to do a drug deal, but whatever. You have to keep this guy alive, which is not a problem because he seems to have an Uzi on him. That will keep the rival gangsters off him. This is the best setup ever. Eliminate the cartel members and destroy their cars. After that, collect the briefcases from them. They never stood a chance. Now, after you collect the briefcases, you need to go back to Kenji's casino. Let me blow the cars up with the grenades. Fire in the hole! Sweet! I'm surprised that didn't attract any unwanted attention from the police. You don't exactly need this Lobo anymore, but it's convenient and the car was right there, so why not take it? Not my favorite gang car in the game, it's a bit on the slower side, and also the hydraulics can really mess you up on a turn, but it's decent enough. The Lobo is a bit more of a tankier vehicle, but not as tanky as the fish truck or the cartel truck, but nowhere near as fast as the Yakuza Stinger or the Mafia Sentinel. And here you'll start to notice that GTA 3 has a bit of a weird difficulty curve in that the early game is strangely harder than the middle portion of the game because of the lack of body armor and good weapons. But as soon as you get to Staten Island, that's when the game becomes a little bit easier because you get new weapons like the AK-47 and the M16. And then right around the second set of Oscar's missions, the game gets brutally difficult again. That reason because the enemies also have AKs and M16s at their disposal, and they'll drain your health rapidly. The future games would rebalance the weapons and actually make the missions more difficult based on complexity rather than just how much damage can one weapon do. Anyway, mission passed. Claude is certainly getting paid a lot more than ever before. Ugh. The next mission is called Shima.
To be truly strong, it is important that you never show weakness. The business is fortunate enough to have our protection. Settle their accounts today. Go and collect the money immediately, so we can enter it into the casino accounts.
The mission is broken up into 3 parts. Collecting briefcases, taking them to Uncle BJ's, then going to Portland to annihilate the Diablo gang. I'm stealing this car under Kenji's orders. My honor depends on it. Anyway, the first briefcase is nothing special, it's just in the middle of a crosswalk. There it is, just sitting there lazily. The next briefcase is a bit more well guarded. Nah, I'm kidding, there's one person guarding it. I don't even waste time or resources on him. Shooting the goon from the car works just fine. Hello there. Guy never even stood a chance. Next stop, Uncle BJ's. And I like how the road is displaying puddles. This is an early PS2 game and there are puddles on the ground. Final Fantasy X admittedly did water graphics better, but that's a whole different type of game. And I don't know, they lost their minds with Final Fantasy X. That game is just amazing.
I can't pay you, and I wouldn't pay you if I could. Some young gang just dragged up the place. They took everything. You guys are useless. What kind of Yakuza are you anyway?
BJ is pissed. I'll avenge him by killing everyone. Time to head over to Portland. The next part is going to be a bit dangerous, not because of the Diablos, but the Mafia guys that are angry at me for killing their boss in the previous part. So they'll have mighty shotguns. And the shotguns will blow your car up very, very quickly if they make a direct hit. It's stupidly overpowered. So I'm gonna switch topics on something that's not the game. GTA 6. It's a thing now. Rockstar just announced GTA 6 a couple of days ago, and on one hand I'm excited, but on the other hand, why after so long? And also, is GTA 5 going to get ran into the ground again for a third time? Look, I love GTA 5. It's a phenomenal game, and it deserves all the accolades it gets. It's just, really? This is the third console generation in a row, and we're getting another GTA 5. Which makes no sense because the modern consoles are now backwards compatible with their previous generations, so you could just play GTA 5 like that. Why do we need another remaster? For better graphics, it looks the same. Everything looks the same as it did before. But I am glad that GTA 6 is announced and is being worked on. But we'll probably not see it until like 2025 because it's Rockstar. If only they re-released or made sequels to other games like Max Payne or Midnight Club or Bully or Manhunt. Come on, there's a lot of stuff from your catalog, Rockstar. Or how about Earthworm Jim 3D, the good edition? That was such a train wreck of a game. Anyway, I capped all the Diablos. Now I have to go back to Staten Island to the casino. I wanted to show off this underwater tunnel right here, which is a good shortcut, but again, extremely dangerous because the Mafia is here. And it was at this moment I realized I fucked up. Wild Shotgunner just totaled my car, but I was merely lucky enough that it wasn't a direct hit, otherwise the car would have instantly exploded with no on-fire state. Looking over my shoulder, this place is just extremely scary after Leone's death. And you may be wondering, if Salvatore is dead, who is the new Dawn? Is it Joey? Joey's the son of Salvatore, so he's gotta be the new boss, right? No, it's not Joey. Even though Joey is Salvatore's son, he is not truly a Mafia member. He doesn't have what it takes to run the operations like Salvatore did. He just kind of helps with Salvatore from a distance. Here's the tunnel, by the way. It covers all 3 islands, but since the 3rd island is locked, I'm just tied down to Staten and Portland. So, getting back on subject, Joey tends to his garage and that's about it. He is not in any way a full-fledged Mafia member, which would make Tony Cipriani the Don of the family, which I don't think it should be called the Leone family anymore since Salvatore, the Leone in question, is dead and Joey wants nothing to do with it. But I don't think that matters. Now, Tony and the other Italian Mafia leaders don't appear in this game again, but rest assured, I'm pretty sure Tony is mad at Claude for what he did to Salvatore, which is why the Italian Mafia is really, really hostile. The fire truck is a cool vehicle in that you could use the fire hose and spray people down, which is good for summer days, but kinda dickish if you use it on cold days. Guess when this game takes place? Yeah, Claude's a bastard. You can also activate the firefighter missions in these vehicles. They'll give you a nice reward when you finish them. Oh god, guys, get out of the way! Oh! The fire truck killed them. I had nothing to do with it. Blame momentum. Let's pretend like that never happened. Anyway, reaching stage 12 on the firefighter missions will make you fireproof, which will come in handy for San Andreas because that game loves its fire. Okay, I had my fun. Let's finish the mission before I cause more destruction. $10,000? Kenji, you're hustling me here. There's one more Kenji mission, and it's called Smackdown. No, not that Smackdown. The other Smackdown.
You. How fitting you should choose this moment to show your worthless face.
Kenji is
It would
pissed.
appear your attempts to dissuade the Jamaicans from becoming bedfellows with the cartel were wholly inadequate. Yardie pushers line Liberty streets selling packets of spank like they were selling hot dogs. Those cartel pigs are laughing at us. At me. I will give you one last chance to prove my sister's faith in you to be well-founded. Run these scumbags into the ground and wash your shame in rivers of our enemies' blood!
Yeah, shame is a no-go in the Yakuza. I'm going to fix it by killing everyone, again. The goal of this mission is to eliminate at least 8 Yardies, but as time passes, they'll get off the streets. More and more dots will appear on the map, just prioritize the dots that are closest to you. You'll need a fast car and some weapons. Smackdown is somewhat randomized. The Yardies won't appear in the same place each time you play the mission. A quick way to kill the gangsters is to run them over. That way you'll keep driving to the next target. Like right here. You could get out of the car and shoot him the regular way, but it wastes time and you can't really afford to play around with just one guy. There will be exceptions though, like this Yardie in the park. I can't find a convenient way to drive into him, so I'll settle for running gun. And this officer wants to arrest me all of a sudden. Hey, I was just spring cleaning, really. Anyway, just as long as you don't get 2 stars on this mission, you should be good. It's pretty easy. There was a similar mission like this in GTA Advance, which I think was also called Smackdown. You had to kill 8 Yardies that were scattered across the map, and you only had 6 minutes to do so. And that mission in that game was extremely tight. There was no room for error. And that mission gave you no leeway at all. It was 8 targets, only 8 targets, and you had 6 minutes to kill them. It was not like in this game where you had 8 targets, but if you so want to, you could kill another 2 or 3 and get extra points. You have to push it to the limit with that one. Scarface is one of my favorite movies of all time if you didn't know that. And the soundtrack from that movie is in this game. The 80s Scarface soundtrack, that is, not the 1931. Does anybody even remember the old school Scarface from 1932? Because I don't. Just like with the thing from Another World, the reimagining is way better than the original. In fact, if I were to make a list of my favorite movies from the 80s, John Carpenter's The Thing and Scarface would be number 1 and 2 respectively. I ran over a cop, I didn't even mean to do that shit. Well, things got somewhat harder now because the cops are going to be on me in cars. And it doesn't help that I'm in Colombian territory. I need 2 more kills to pass the mission. I take that back. I need 1 more kill to pass the mission and not get arrested in the meantime. But then again, the mission really ends when everybody gets off the streets. There's no timer. Hey cops, I'm doing a better job of cleaning the streets than you ever will. Putting me in jail would be a mistake. But then again, Claude is probably the most maniacal GTA protagonist ever. So putting him in jail would probably... I don't know if it will fix things, but it will be a start. As more and more time passes, the Yardies will get off the streets. When you achieve a kill over 8, you'll receive a $1,000 bonus. And that's every time you make a kill above 8, that is. Okay, there's 2 more dots on the map, but I definitely will not be making those. They're on the other side of the island. So $12,000 will do for now. 3 stars, my crimes are finally catching up with me. But with the mission pass, it was like those crimes were never committed in the first place. And that's going to be it for Kenji's missions, but not quite the Yakuza as a whole. They'll be back, or at least Asuka will be back. I'll see you in part 9 where I'll be doing Ray's missions. In the bathroom. Yeah, never thought I'd make a Nintendo Capri Sun joke in one of my videos, but okay then. See you guys later.
I got all your own defense needs.